Masters just so much easier. We do appreciate that. George, you with me?
Yeah, I am here and I'm ready to go. We've got some fantastic games coming up tonight. Starting off with Quinnipiac versus North Dakota.
Mhm.
Never heard of Quinnipiac before in my life, but I have heard that they have been around for a fair time, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we get in this Rocket League action, I think it's interesting, right? Three different nations, two different continents represented here across the production booth, right? Paz up there in Canada. I'm out here in the United States, and you're across the old pond there in the EU, correct?
That's very correct indeed. I'm
How
from
cool is that?
England, currently live in Cambridge, living it up in in and around London. But yeah, I feel like it's nice to have a few different accents, keeping people on their toes. If you can switch
Exactly.
between, who knows? Maybe somebody won't be able to understand what I'm
There you
saying.
go. You try your Southern accent. I'll try my UK accent. We'll see how it shakes out a little later. Okay.
Okay.
Quinnipiac taking on University of North Dakota first. Yes, then we'll be looking at Marist College taking on University of Tennessee. University of Tennessee, obviously being some powerhouse players. UTA taking on Bowling Green State University. Bowling Green making themselves a real name recently, especially the past like this split since in the second half now of this season. Canisius College taking on Iona. University of Connecticut taking on Villanova in that Big East matchup. That'll be at 8:15 Eastern Standard. Big Sky Conference, University of Montana taking on Weber State University. That's next to last. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And at 45 minutes later for the last game on broadcast here for the EGF2 stream, that'll be the University of Colorado taking on Wichita State, which I think is a Western matchup. Not 100% sure on that one, George Overton.
Yes, indeed, and I will be here for the first four matches. I'm not too sure how long you're going to be here for. I think the first
None of
three,
us
and
know how long we're going to be here for, George Overton.
that's
Look at
very
this
true.
guy getting philosophical on broadcast. My God, my God. Let's get this Rocket League action started. I'm not sure if my brain can handle the rest of it. Looking at these teams, though, Quinnipiac, University of North Dakota, both of these decently newer. Haven't neither of these teams have been in EGFC since like the impetus since the very first season. University of North Dakota, I believe, this is their second semester in. Doesn't matter though. Buddy Bowler, that's the amateur, excuse me. That might be a sub player, not 100% sure. And they're going to be joined, of course, by Zune Gamer.
Indeed, and it will be North Dakota playing in the green, and it will be Quinnipiac in the blue. And we're starting things off early with a ceiling shot, looking for the aerial coming down, but well defended by Buddy Bowler.
So Buddy Bowler now taking this off the top. 30 seconds in. Not really any, obviously no points on board quite yet. And this offensive pressure, as we just seen, flip-flopping back and forth. Nobody really having the entirety of that time of possession yet.
Yeah, both teams fighting to try and see who can really go for the first couple of attacks in succession. We like to see these teams hang on to possession as long as possible. Zungainer with a little shot going up for the redirect, but can't quite get it. Might go up for this one, and it will trickle on into the back of the net. Zungamer with the first goal of the game.
Minute mark up top, but regardless, a slower ball, little bounce in action across this middle is going to draw first blood here in this best of five matchup between these two teams.
He is indeed, and we haven't really seen too much from the other side of play, so we'll have to see how they get on. Quinnipiac, obviously, as we delve deeper into the game, but they've got plenty of time to assert themselves in this game, but do need to be careful. It's a great shot coming out from the amateur. Will it go in the back of the net? It will eventually, as
up top, I'm going to say it's going to break triple digit kilometers per hour. Not 100% sure. Even being a godless American, this is Rocket League. And of course, we got to deal with kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. Boo hiss, boo hiss.
it's always like that. It's always like that with the metric systems, but a shot comes out and a little bit
Wow,
of
okay.
miscommunication between. Said that they had it, one said they didn't. Not too sure.
Yeah, I mean, you described it best. Just obviously the situation of a miscommunication. Now, we will continue on this theme of bringing you guys stats and how, the numbers make some of these matchups interesting. Here's a little stat action coming at you. Quinnipiac University, a matchup. Buddy Bowler putting up a fourth here. University of North Dakota really making competitor, the Quinnipiac University, at 30th. So we're looking at, like, what is essentially 31st seed taking on 30th seed. You don't get much more evenly matched than that, my friend, at least on paper, at least on the books, right?
Yeah, exactly. But what we're seeing right now is we're not seeing that. We're not seeing a very evenly based matchup as the balls trickle on in. It's going to hit the post and AJS will clear it away. But I was expecting it to be a lot closer going into this one. 30th versus 31st. I was expecting quite a tightly contested game, but we'll have to see if Quinnipiac can come back into this one and get themselves a goal.
We shall see. We shall see. Let's see. Looking at 1 and 9 University of North Dakota, 2 and 10 Quinnipiac. So UND wins this, they'll put up the same record that Quinnipiac has. And given that this is divisional and stuff as well, about to hit halftime here. There's still plenty of talks in playoff contentions and stuff, especially for their division and whatnot. Obviously, they're not a 12-0 UTA. They're not a 12-0 University of Montana out of the Big Sky Conference, but still doing very, very good for their individual conferences.
Yeah, Buddy Bowler looking for the pinch there off the wall to try and get it up the field a bit quicker. Zoom goes up. ALS, or AJS, sorry, clears it away, and there might be a chance on goal here for AJS, and he does find the back of the net.
Fantastic rolling shot across his bottom left, that puts a point on the board and keeps Quinnipiac out of a goose egg situation.
It does indeed. The finish was there in the end. It did take a while for him to get towards the ball, but as long as it ends up in the back of the net, there might be another chance, but no. Buddy Bowler will come out to clear it away, and Saber can't quite get there for that touch. The ball's put in a decent position, and now it looks like they are going to revert that pressure to the other end of the field.
See how that one comes on in here. I believe that's Derek Paler, who is playing on Quinnipiac as the sub player right now. Doing solid stuff. This is not a Derek Paler person that's, just not getting any points on board or anything else like this. Just something that is worthwhile to note. AJS putting up a second in about...
Very close game, and I'm starting to see the comeback come off now, and AJS getting himself a couple of goals. See if he can get a couple more.
A few more. That's the tie. 100 seconds left in this one. Buddy Bowler looking fine coming in. AJS barely gets a hand on this one. A fantastic defensive performance here, George.
Oh my word, he got the flip reset, but he couldn't get it on target, and it was a good save as well. I'm not sure going to bank it off the backboard and can't quite find teammate from that situation, but it's a good bit of defense from Quinnipiac as they can just about get the ball away. A concession of demolitions, and Buddy Bowler will put it in the back of the net, and he'll say, well, you try.
95 kilometers per hour, I believe, is the fastest on broadcast shot so far. We'll try and keep track of that one for you. 75 seconds left, George Overton. Is there hope left for Quinnipiac in Game 1?
I think so. There's plenty of time. Anything can happen in Rocket League. I'm sure it reads the bounce this time, but yeah, I think anything can happen. That's the best thing about Rocket League. It doesn't matter if you've got 0 seconds left on the board. It can find its way in the back of the net, and some teams do so well. The shot goes up. AJS keeping it out of the back of the net twice. Not once, but twice. And there's a third time to get it away.
Yeah, the first two nicer than the last, but still some fantastic performance. AJS really showing up again, both sides of this ball.
Really is going forward, cleared away, well away by Zune. Saber puts it, trying to look for the middle, but it's a good bit of defending to keep it away and flicks it in this time, but it's away well away by Buddy. Ball goes up and it's not being dealt with. Saber comes across to do so. Amateur looking to try and put it in the back of the net, and shaky defending from Quinnipiac.
Yeah, this, I think I can call this one 11 seconds left and a run the other way. Not going to happen. At least 3 of them together. Might see another goal here. Would like to see another goal here, actually, to get a scoreline that kind of, oh my goodness, up and down, not going to matter. The volleyball situation attained right here. Zoom Gamer puts it over. Saber J barely keeps this one alive. Trying to ground it out, though, and that one's going to happen. 5-2 goes down for the way of North Dakota. In a Game 1 barn burner here. Pretty high scoring matchup, right? 7 total scores on here. And a lot of that A lot of that in part because of Buddy Bullard. 8 shots attempted right now.
Yeah, definitely. But I think on the other side of things, AJS is doing quite a lot for his team. As you can see, Season 3 Supersonic Legend. He's obviously a fairly high level player and he's done a lot for his team. He made multiple saves, quite a couple of goals, quite a few shots, doing a really good job. But obviously, you can't do it all by yourself. Their Payla was there, giving the assists, putting the balls there for him. And they're definitely setting him up for success. But North Dakota are doing fantastically at shutting that down and getting that goal late on at the end of the match.
Yeah, I mean, this was looking, decently even, especially after a two-score comeback. And again, I think it was like 42 seconds right there, or something like that, for the side of Quinnipiac, but just not going to be enough at the end of the day. We'll see how that shakes out here in game number two. Game one, usually and frequently used as a kind of like a taste test here. How are you shaking out today? How is this team feeling, and how are your opponents really stacking up to you? See how that goes, and if that continues, University of North Dakota wins another game here. They'll be putting this Quinnipiac University squad on match point.
Indeed it is, but here we go. We're going to get into the next game and see just how Quinnipiac can get back into this one. Let's see if they can do it, as we'll have to see if AJS can keep that runner form going. He's going to go up early. I don't think he'll get there first. It's well defended by Zune, and yeah, we'll have to see. I am excited though to see if they can pull off this comeback.
Yeah, I gotta say, kind of like a bait and switch right there, right? They forced AGS to burn everything. I believe that was triple digit. I believe that was an even 100 right there. And just like that, a little bit too high. Saber J shanks this one left side, and some solid defense showing up. It was a little bit sloppier, I gotta say. Quinnipiac earlier, but that one is just about putting passes into points. Zune Gamer strikes the first here for North Dakota.
Yeah, AJS tries to put it over the bar, but in fact puts it into such a dangerous position. Saber J the wrong way round, needed to try and get back into that top corner, and it was a great finish though. He noticed that the car was out of position and that he would struggle to get the flip off, but yeah, really good defending in the end. Just going up, so is Buddy, but we'll drop into a dangerous area. AJS trying to get it in off the wall, and once again, yeah, you can see here, this North Dakota, they're very good at defending off that backboard. A lot of people struggle with it, but they seem to be quite comfortable.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just the pensiveness of playing this ball so close to goal. But really, this is the University of North Dakota squad that is well-oiled and firing on all cylinders right now. They need not worry about putting shots off on over there the way they are communicating and coordinating.
Very true. I'd like to see more from AJS in this game. I'd like to see him get into some more dangerous positions. They're currently putting off the back ball, but it seems like nearly every time somebody is able to deal with it from North Dakota. So maybe they need to try and go down a different route, try and hit it through the midfield, get it up in the air. DePaler trying to double contest there with his teammate, Saber J, but Buddy Bowler, once again, defending really well.
Buddy Bowler finds a strike across this left side, gets one under to Zune, and once again, this is just about this University of North Dakota squad turning an otherwise offensive situation against them into offense the otherwise with a perfect pass.
Great little touch though from the Paler, and almost gets there just a little bit too fast on the pass. Painful.
Christmas present. Christmas morning. Just didn't open it up. AJS has some fantastic handling, but this one's just not going to be fast enough. A little bit too high, and once again, Der Paler is there just a little bit too soon. That's not one but two mistakes in the past 30 seconds.
If AJS just had a tiny bit more boost there, he would have been able to score that, but no boost. Was trying to block the deflection, block the save. Saber J goes up for a good save in zone, and Buddy Bowler, can he get it down? No, it's well defended again, but yeah, AJS he's trying to carry this one. He's trying to really put this to bed, but just can't get back in this game right now.
Much closer game it is indeed, George Overton, here in game number 2. At this point last game, I do believe we were looking at a 4-2 scoreline. That was for North Dakota, I believe, like at halftime.
Yeah.
Much different game here. Looking at only one scores on board so far. Could end like this. Could possibly end like this.
It could indeed, as you know, goals are a commodity in Rocket League. It is hard to score against some of the higher ranked players. It is, defense is the best term of offense. One of the commonly said things, but being put up into the middle, but Saver J can't quite get there. It was a good ball into the middle though by AJS once again, and DePaler trying to get the ball away, trying to get it up to pitch for his teammates. Good touch from Saber J once again. It's going to come down, but out of boost. Can't deal with it. EJS coming in for the redirect, but once again hits the post.
Yeah, Post really showing up as the fourth player here for your North Dakota squad, University of North Dakota squad so far. Something else that UND has just been simply doing better than Quinnipiac is coming fourth at these and getting much better rebounds. Even a lot of times those have even been on point, like these big, long, just like drawn out balls from like one side of the pitch to the other, and that has forced the hand of these defenders. And there's the second now, another shanking play that lands middle and just gets a really good redirect across, even through the defender's hands.
Yeah, once again, just a little bit of miscommunication from Dakota. He was coming across, but he didn't see AJ coming across to hit the ball, and he went straight into the back of him, sent him halfway across the pitch. Obviously, not the intended, but yeah, just needs to try and communicate a little bit better on that one, and maybe he can try and stop those plays. But it's well capitalized on by North Dakota, who are now leading by significant 6 goals. EJS goes up, puts it down the wing, and he's now going to look to pinch it into the middle, but well defended once again by North Dakota, showing that they're pretty damn good at their defense.
Yeah, again, another like a rolling ball off the side just gets a perfect angle. University of North Dakota can turn these angles from seemingly any point on this pitch right here. See how that goes. 30 seconds to go. You score once in 25, and then get a lineup at 1 second. You at least play some volleyball, but kind of theory crafting here, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Buddy Bowler looking for even more goals. Oh, if he had any boost, it would have been lovely. He could have gone for it, but unfortunately, no boost to be seen. EJS will come down, and yeah, this will be all she wrote in this match.
So North Dakota gonna be winning this one. Can't get more than 1 scores left right here, but the big deal. So obviously the score difference in game 1 here, George, Overton is 3 at a 5-2 scoreline for North Dakota, game numero uno. But this game, numbers-wise, just seems a lot closer, right? Not just because of the 0-2, but the goose egg situation is never a good feeling. That's why I kind of feel like this game 2 was a little bit more one-sided even than game 1 was, even though the score difference was a little bit higher.
Yeah, I think game 1 was probably better for North Dakota, to be honest. Even though, they didn't score as many goals, they definitely defended much better.
Yeah.
There were a lot of, they held on to possession for most of the game. It seemed like AJS was really struggling to get into the same positions as the previous one, and Saber J obviously unable to do much either. But yeah, I thought that North Dakota played fantastically. Obviously, it will be hard for Quinnipiac, but I think that there are a lot of positives to take away from it, but a lot of negatives, which are also good positives because you can work on them.
Yeah, exactly. Like knowing the issue is kind of like half the battle on that one too, I feel like. So we'll see how this goes. The University of Quinnipiac University, excuse me, now going to be on match point, of course, is the best of 3. University of North Dakota rocketing up a 5-2 scoreline in game number 1, a 2-0 roll in game number 2, and we're looking at a Quinnipiac squad that is now gone 5 minutes plus with no scores on boards.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can get one back in this game, and it's never too late to say maybe you can bring it back. It's only a 5-goal deficit. I've seen a lot more scored in Rocket League, but obviously it will be difficult because having not scored for 5 minutes, you're already thinking, oh, what we're going to have to do here to put a goal past them, put anything past them, get a few shots. It's going to be hard for them.
Pop over play, right side. University of North Dakota putting up the solid bit of offense already here. This is so far looking a little bit more like game 2, right? Like a much slower look initially, kind of feeling out, respecting the other squad, even while throwing in, a demo or 2.
Yeah, exactly. The demo is where you can find them. Obviously, if you're forward, you're out of position a little bit, try and look for one on the way back. But if you can't, then it's no bother. But Buddy Bowler putting it in a great position for the amateur to try and look for it. Pinches it back into the middle. Dakota should be there to deal with it. AJS, the reliable man as always, coming across to clean stuff up.
Yeah, reliable man like always, like you said. Really, this has been, I don't want to call it like one-sided on these teams here, but the simple fact of the matter is earlier we saw a player from Quinnipiac put up double-digit scores across a standard full 5 game. That says, of course, maybe a shot on board, but nothing really after that as Buddy Bowler now puts up the first here for the University of North Dakota. The one thing you can see, anything you can see here that Quinnipiac needs to do to kind of reverse this situation around George Overton?
It's just difficult in the way of the rotation for me at the minute. Obviously, we've seen there's been a couple of communication issues, and that would also indicate that there could be quite a few rotation issues. Obviously, you got to talk to your teammates, say when you're going up, say when you're going to push, and that's one of the things that we've definitely seen on a few occasions. But yeah, I think if they can improve that, try and talk a little bit more, I don't see why they can't defend a bit better, which means that less goals, which means they get more of the ball. Yeah, it is a difficult game for them because it is, quite out of their hands at this point. I mean, never say never die, but
Never say never die, I feel you, but also you got to use the past to predict the future, right? 7 minutes now. No scores on board for Quinnipiac. They're in the offensive third right now. AJ, weaker hit. Now a pass play over to right side, or maybe just getting this ball kind of away. Paler playing that defensive role. We saw Paler play a much more offensive role now coming up. I like this. There's only one defender back, but then a slow roll stop on the side allows every member of North Dakota to just rotate back in on this and get a full 3 people onto defense.
Exactly. And with 2 minutes left to go, Paler coming in for an aerial using quite a lot of his boost. AJS maybe going to look for the double. Can't quite find it this time. Body bowler will get it well cleared to Paler. A big whiff on the aerial, but AJS is there once again to clear things up as always. Definitely the sweeper keeper when it comes to the defensive side of things. Always comes out of nowhere when you least expect it.
Sweeper keeper. Is that
a football term?
A soccer term? Yes, I'm sure that's what you meant.
Oh no, here we go.
I set it up perfectly. Come on.
You did. You played that well, too fast.
There you go. I am genuinely curious though. Ooh, this is a big opportunity. Sweeper keeper, what's it mean?
So it's when you've got somebody staying back and they come out and they make a miraculous save or anything like that. They just come a bit more out of nowhere when you didn't expect them, kind of situation.
And not actually like sitting into goal, not an actual. Oh my goodness, Saber J breaking the mold. We'll get back to the football lesson here in just a second. 85 seconds left. We have a tie game here. This is again the breaking of the trend for Quinnipiac. They just put up a goose egg in game number 2. They know that they're playing on match point here at George Overton. Now that they're playing like
They really need to get back in this game soon, because if they want any chance, AJS putting the shot up. Amateur doesn't defend it too well, and he puts it into a great position. AJS puts it down.
Nicely done. Teammate showing up right here. That was a fantastic double touch right here. Just burning everything to get there. Saber J kind of getting this one over, so we'll definitely give him credit, even though game doesn't. And now we see Quinnipiac, your Quinnipiac University, taking the lead for the first time in this matchup. Oh my god, this doesn't look good, but Buddy Bowler whiffs the opportunity.
So unfortunate, but straight down the other end come Quinnipiac. The question is, can they get back in this game? Paler cleared away by Saber J. It's only 4 goals left. There's only 4 goal deficit they've got now, and it is still a long way back, but one more in potential. You never know. But yeah, I think that they've done really well in this game.
My
This shot comes in. What an angle from Buddy Bowler to score from.
Zune Gamer gets the initial shot right here. Zune Gamer again going to get the assist. I love this. Kind of cuts the flight path, right? Left side. And then, teammate, nope, got it, brother. Confirmation goes all the way in, just flies all the way in there. No need to get a hit onto this ball when his teammate just had a much better shot. I love it so far.
Yes, so difficult for Quinnipiac in this game, just because every time they put something off the back wall, North Dakota are reading it so well, so cleanly, and it's making it really difficult for them to get balls in the area. The Paler, though, with a mistake, and you bet your bottom dollar that Buddy Bowler's going to take the opportunity and score the goal.
That guy, Buddy Bowler, I hear you. Der Paler kind of puts this one up across the middle. It's a solid attempt at trying, because this one was probably going to go in regardless. As it is, 1-score lead, 30 seconds, a classic 30-second drill right here. George Overton, we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, I do want to say, though, Buddy Bowler, definitely a bit of a goal poacher in this situation. He's coming out of nowhere and finding the attempts. AJS, again, a little bit of miscommunication maybe. Both players going for the ball, and You see, every time there's a little bit of a misplay coming out from Quinnipiac, he comes in, bloody bowler, cleaning the act up, and he's finishing it nearly every time. It's beautiful to see.
I hear you. I hear you. I mean, just reading this mistake over, the double commit and kind of tapped into each other, unfortunately. 12 seconds, it is possible. It is just incredibly unlikely.
That is very true, and it looks like the clock will tick down. Is there enough chance? Is there enough time for one more chance? Maybe a crazy goal.
Nah,
Gonna
not
go
at this
for
point.
four.
Not
You
at
never
this
know.
point. I mean, another
Maybe.
one, could be 5-2, could be 3-4. Regardless, that advantage is going to be the University of North Dakota in three. University of North Dakota in three in this best of five series. Not even a big difference in shot attempts either. The big difference comes in the save department and the assist department, right? Five total saves here for North Dakota, only two for the side of Quinnipiac. Three total assists, excuse me, for the University of North Dakota. Zero, zilch, not a zero on the other side for Quinn. That's seven shots North Dakota, seven shots Quinnipiac. Again, this is just a lot more top heavy for Quinnipiac for the side of AJ.